welcome to Estevan TV. I'm at pushgapradio.com.
Pushgapradio.com. Bridging the gap between old school and new school radio. Pushgapradio.com. It's Dallas, baby.
Well, they say that racism has a cost for white people, too. And racism is a toxin in the American body, and it weakens us all. But, white folk, how did you get here? And that's the question. And see, I had been saying this, that white people are just the last ones to get hit. I've taught you this on the last two shows prior. Now, here's a lady who's telling you exactly what I've been trying to explain to you. To me, she just does it a little bit more eloquently. How did white folks get to where they are? How did you become the last ones to get hit? Check this out.
I'm seeing a lot of videos like this by white people who are expressing their anger over the state of the economy. And your anger isn't righteous. And let me explain to you why your anger isn't righteous. You don't have the right to be angry about not being able to afford quality of life in America because literally you allowed yourselves to be used to get the rest of us here, yourselves included. Communities of color, particularly black people, have been trying to tell you what the setup was for years. We tried to tell you how this was not a race war, but a class war, and that racism was the distraction. But y'all didn't listen. Y'all doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down on your racism and hatred toward black people and other communities of color because you didn't want to see us have anything, particularly quality of life in this nation. You literally allow the elites, the true classes people, the 1%ers, to give you racism to use against the rest of us while they picked your pockets clean. Who was that? Eisenhower that said, if you give the lowliest of white men somebody to look down on, you can pick his pockets clean. He told you, people have been telling y'all for years. You all were warned back in the 80s that the middle class was going to disappear. You literally voted yourselves right into poverty, right into oppression, right along with the rest of us. And you were so busy being hateful and racist, you didn't even see it. That's the gag. Insurance companies don't care about color. The only color that they care about is green. They don't want to pay out for nobody. But you didn't see this and you didn't understand this because you didn't want black people to have health care. Same thing with social programs. You all didn't want black people on welfare, even though welfare was literally created to assist white women and children. And so you voted on all of this legislation that reduces those kinds of programs. And now you need those kinds of programs. You wanted black people's food stamps to be cut or for them to not have them, and now you don't have them. Now your refrigerator is empty, and you're wondering how it got empty. It got empty because you voted against yourself. You didn't want black and brown people to thrive financially. You wanted us to have no money, no assets. And now look, you have no money, no assets. You can't afford your mortgage. You can't afford daycare. You can't afford vacations. You can't afford quality of life. But because you were so busy being racist, you didn't see it coming. You voted against us having a livable wage. And now look, you don't have a livable wage. You can't afford life. You're standing at the register scratching your head wondering how you got here. Unable to afford a pack of bacon. Unable to afford your rent. Struggling to feed your 4 kids. Having to move to the hood because the suburbs cost too much. You voted for all of this. You wanted all of this. You campaigned for all of this. You lobbied for all of this. And now you getting fucked over with the rest of us. Because skin color mattered that much to you. The color of my skin mattered more to you than self-preservation. Everything you did to me, already done to you.
So as she said, as President LBJ said in the 60s, if you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best black man, he won't notice you picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on and he'll empty his pockets for you.
And the thing about this inflation is it's not about the color of your skin. It's about classism.
And that's what they're distracting you from. That's what he's telling you about the Nathaniel Bacon revolt. Nathaniel Bacon got the poor whites and the poor blacks together to uprise, but they shut it down. And that's what they told the whites. Okay, well, we're going to give you some of these privileges. You know, again, it's like they give you houses and cars and loans for different things to make you feel like. But again, they don't care about you either.
Yeah.
Rich people don't care about you, your poor white ass.
PushGapRadio.com. We want to be your official Dallas internet station.